So, welcome back to Euclid News. And with only 2 weeks to go into the closing of our Naples competition on the 10th of August, we are happy to confirm 2 new jury members. They are His Royal Highness, the Prince of Saudi Arabia, who is seen as an innovator in culture and arts in his country, along with the entrepreneur and philanthropist Oliver Rothschild. So, register for the conference now and get your applications in for the competition. Next, Andy Churchill gives a very brief overview of our joint work on the strategic bid for the Office of Civil Society in Britain. Watch his video next.
Hi, I'm Andy Churchill from Liverpool, work for Network for Europe. We've been linking with Euclid and NCVO recently. It's part of a British government project around strategic partnerships, and we're looking at how we can make sure more of the European structural fund money comes to voluntary organisations in England. We're also looking at what will happen with the new European programme. There's a lot of potential for the third sector coming up, and we're quite sure we can influence that to get better projects and to get more money for the sector. Thanks.
And finally, Euclid advisor Karl Richter gives us a quick update on the Social Investment Task Force.
Yeah, I'm really delighted with the progress that we're making with our European Task Force on social investment, and also the really strong support we're getting. We've received formal support from Commissioner Michel Barnier. He's responsible for the internal market in Europe and also promoting social investment. We've received some very good interest from the European Investment Bank and other social banks and investors across Europe, and even the UK government's flagship project, the Big Society Bank. We've also received some strong interest from the US State Department, who is strongly promoting impact investment, both internally within the United States and also as part of their Global Partnership Initiative. They would like to collaborate with us on the task force and share information, and they've asked us to present it in Washington in November. So this is a very exciting opportunity. It's part of their forum on investing for impact, and I think it highlights the groundbreaking work that we're doing with our initiative here in Europe, and also the issues that are emerging in Europe and how they resonate and relate to issues that are affecting the global economy at the moment. Our task force on social investments in Europe also aligns very strongly with a consultation programme being run at the moment by the European Commission. This is exploring how social investment funds can be promoted as part of a broader initiative to promote social business within Europe. Some of the feedback that we're getting from our task force members will hopefully be very influential in this process, and also help us understand what is really required in Europe at the moment to promote social investment. For example, it's clear that whatever is introduced needs to be flexible and adaptable, and it must attract private capital. So some emerging themes include a much greater readiness and support of risk, and how the door can really be opened to more private capital coming into social investment. How whatever we do, whether it's a fund or a facility, will be complementary to existing sources of capital, and it must also be flexible. There has been experience in the past where, for example, some of the legal forms which social enterprises adopt vary greatly across Europe, and often sometimes the size of these organisations is so small that they don't even qualify for other forms of European funding or projects. And so what we need is a flexible system that accepts and acknowledges this and can then direct capital in their direction. And another issue which is emerging is, and it's very clear, that whatever we do must be additional to existing sources of funding. We need to avoid duplicating what is out there already, especially to avoid crowding out existing forms of capital, and making sure that we do a lot of groundbreaking work in creating and forging a new marketplace for social investment in Europe.
So that's it for this week. Stay tuned for more Euclid News.